Okay, so can you see the triangle that I'm looking at? No, you can talk. It's okay. You don't mute your mic. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Mohammed, you can see the triangle as well?
I think he left.
He left. Oh, okay then. All right. Hopefully he will rejoin us. Let me just see here now. Just give me 1 second. All right, I'm going to get started, Kayla, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're looking at this triangle and it says find the measure of the unknown angle. So I'm going to be pointing to it. Hopefully you can see my mouse as I'm moving it around on the screen.
Yep.
You can see it. Okay, so you see that angle right there, and I'm asking you to figure that angle out. What would be a good way for me to do that? Can you give me an idea of how I can find that angle?
First you can do by labeling the angles. So
okay, so this is the angle I'm trying to find, and I have these two sides here to help me to find it. You agree with me?
Okay.
Yes? Okay, so if I'm trying to find this angle, and these are the two sides that are helping me to find that angle, what do I call those two sides?
That would be opposite and adjacent.
Okay, Mohammed, will you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if I'm using opposite and adjacent, that would mean I can probably use SOHCAHTOA. And which of the three of them am I going to use? Sine, cosine, or tangent? What do you say, Kayla? I hear what Mohammed says. What do you say?
Oh, sorry, I do not remember this.
Okay, so write it down, right? I have a piece of paper nearby. You need your calculator as well nearby.
Okay. I will be back.
That's okay. All right, so Mohammed, you're saying we're going to use tangent, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I see Rayan. Rayan, make sure your mic is unmuted because I want to be able to hear you as well. Well, I thought I saw Rayan there. Where is he? Oh, he's joining, so he hasn't joined yet. Okay, fine. All right, let me put that back on that. Okay, so I'm going to use tangent. I agree with you. All right?
All right.
So I'm going to enter the tangent right now. And the tangent of the angle is equal to opposite over adjacent, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so do you agree with what I've written down here? The 26 over 19, the 26 on top and the 19 on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens next? I need to find x.
You would do x equals tan minus 1, 26 over 19.
Okay, so that looks like this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you get your calculator out? First of all, make sure you're in the right mode. So
I am in the right mode.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me what you're getting to the nearest degree.
$54.
Okay, I have a few more people joining us. Let me just see who else we have here now. Mohammed, Jarrell, okay, perfect. Kayla, you can unmute your mic. Jarrell, you're there, right? Hello, Jarrell? For some reason, I can't hear him. Okay. Anyway, so we'll continue. All right, so you said 54 degrees?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if that's what I have. 1 second. Jahil's admit. I'm just letting some people into the meeting here.
Okay.
54 degrees. I agree with you on that one. Now notice that your rounding is right. Okay. I don't have 54 point anything because it says to the nearest full degree. And that's why I'm just going to stop at 54. So I completely agree with your answer. The way you rounded it is also correct. So I'm okay with that. Is there anybody else in the room who wants me to go over anything that we just did for this question? All right. Jarrell, I can't hear anything from you.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, unmute your mics. I don't need your mics muted. And Jahil, I can't hear you. You're there? All right, hopefully you're there. Now, the question we just did, Jarrell, are you okay with that question? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so do I need to go over it again, or you think you're okay? You're okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to move on then. Okay, so next question. Now, looking at this triangle, it's asking us to find x again, which is an angle. And the x is in this angle right here. We have this side, and this side. can we use SOHCAHTOA again, or there's also sine law and there's cosine law? Which of them would make sense for us to use this time? Anybody?
Cosine law?
Why is it cosine law? By the way, can we use SOHCAHTOA?
No,
Why not?
because you don't have a right angle triangle.
Correct. Excellent. That's good. So it's not a right angle triangle. It didn't say there was any right angles in there, so we can't use SOHCAHTOA. So we either have sine law or cosine law. You said cosine law. Somebody else tell me why not sine law? Suppose I want to use a sine law. Why couldn't I use a sine law? Come on, people, talk to me. Not just Mohammed, everybody else. Why not use a sine? By the way, other people need to have their calculators nearby because you're going to be calculating this along with me. Anyway, why not use a sine law? Can anybody tell me why not use this? Okay, Mohammed, you tell me why we're not using a sine law.
Because you don't have anything opposite to it.
There you go. You don't have an angle opposite to a side, so we cannot use a sine law. So we have to use a cosine law, and you should have those formulas nearby when you're doing this. So hopefully what I'm about to show you makes sense. The way we're going to set this up is going to make sense. All right? So I'm going to set it up like this, that the cosine of this angle, this missing angle right here, is equal to these sides that are right next to the angle squared. So 128 plus 187, these two. And then we're going to minus this one that's across from it. So minus 95 squared over 2 times these two. Okay? Does that make sense, everybody, so far?
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to calculate all of this. So my next slide, you can do this for yourself, calculates all of this. So the cosine of x is equal to this over this. But what I'm trying to find is x. I don't need the cosine of x, I need x. So what do I do to find what x is, the actual value of x? What do I do? Come on, folks, I need some participation here. Kayla went for a calculator and I can't see her back yet. Jarell, where are you? I can't hear you. Talk to us. What do I do to find x? I have the cosine of x equal to this over this, but I need to find actual value of x. So what do I do?
Kamak?
Yes.
When I inputted everything into my calculator,
Yes.
it gave me 481 out of 544.
Are you saying I got this wrong? I can double check it right now. So 128 squared plus 187 squared minus 95 squared. 42,328, that's what I have on top. You have that number on top?
No, I have 481. I inputted everything like you did, but it's giving me a different answer.
Okay, did you use a bracket for the top and then a bracket for the bottom? Because you need to. Okay,
yes.
so put everything out. So in other words, when you enter these numbers, put a bracket here first. You see where I'm putting my cursor? Put a bracket at the front, then put a bracket at the back, right? After you've calculated these, and then press your division sign, open up another bracket, and then you can work this out, and you should get four. You know what you should do then, Mohammed? Work out the whole top first, and then put that down. Work out the whole bottom, put that down. Okay?
Okay.
Let's do that. And hopefully you're going to get the same numbers I got. So let's do that first. I'm just double checking my answers since I have you there for a second. Yeah, I'm getting the same thing I got before. So can you agree with me now that the top is the same thing as what you have there and the bottom is the same thing as what I have there? Would you agree with that now?
Yes, but now I have to see the bottom.
Pardon me?
I said now I have to check the bottom to see.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, now it's right.
Okay. So now what we're going to do when we have this, what are we going to do next?
Mr. Campbell. Yeah.
Yeah. What do we do next? What happens next?
Well, you would do x equals cosine minus 1 and 42,328 divided by 47,872.
Perfect, which is exactly what you see there. So go ahead and work out what the answer is, and hopefully we're going to get the same answer. Again, work it out to the nearest whole number. So just give me a whole number with no decimals behind it. Tell me what you're getting when you do that.
I get, wait, to the nearest whole decimal or angle?
Whole number. So it's an angle that you're trying to get. So the instructions on the first part of this was that you had to be to the nearest whole number. So no
Okay.
decimals.
All right. So I got 28 degrees.
So that's what you got, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to move on to the, if I don't hear anything from anybody else, I'm just going to move on. If you have a question, feel free to stop me, okay? Everybody who is in the room. Okay, find the measure of the unknown side labeled as X in the following triangle to 1 decimal place. Now we're trying to find a side, not an angle. And now it says to 1 decimal place, which means that we have to round it with 1 number behind the decimal point this time. Okay, can we use SOHCAHTOA this time? What do you say?
Mr. Campbell, I can't
Yeah.
see my screen. Like, I can't see the screen that you're sharing.
Oh, okay.
Should I try to leave and join back?
Yeah, why don't we do that then, and let's see
Okay.
what happens.
Okay, for sure.
All right, while she's doing that, excuse me, can you tell me about the triangle that's there now? What are we going to use?
You would use cosine,
Why cosine?
like cosine 33 degrees.
Is equal to what over what?
46 over x.
Oh, okay. So you mean it would look like that?
Yes.
Excellent. And then what do we do when we're trying to solve the x and the x is on the bottom? How does that
You would
work
trade
again?
places.
Ah, excellent. So it looks something like that then. We're going to trade places. And when we trade places, it should look something like this, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so work it out for me then. Tell me what you're getting.
$54.8 centimeters.
Okay, so let's see if that's what I got. I got the same thing you just got, so perfect. All right?
All right.
Okay. I'm going to move on. Again, I'm not hearing anybody else ask any questions, so I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to let Kayla back in. Let me just 1 second here and make sure she can see the screen when she's in. Kayla, are you able to see the screen now? Kayla, can you see my screen now?
No.
No, that's strange.
So when you're recording this, where will you post it onto? So
I'm going to post it onto YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I've been posting all of these things on YouTube.
Okay. Okay, for sure.
All right. But I still would like you to be able to participate, though. I wouldn't, you know, I mean, YouTube will be there, but I'm just wondering why you can't see the screen. Is there another window? What's that?
Yeah, it's being really weird. Like,
okay. Is there a window that you have that's blocking that particular screen? Maybe you have another window open. Can you just check in your system tray, see if there's another window there?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Maybe there's a window that has the video on it that we're all seeing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm going to move on to the next question in the meantime, Mohammed, and you can tell me what you think when we get to it, okay?
Okay.
This is the one where we had to find another side. I know the question that you were not clear on was the one with the solving the triangle. We're going to get to that one next. But look at this one and tell me, what are we using this time to find the missing side? What are we using?
Cross multiplication.
Yeah, but what are we using? Are we using SOHCAHTOA or sine law or cosine law? What are we using?
Sine law.
Okay, good. Kayla, are you any better able to see what we're doing yet?
No, it was working before, and then I came back and it was just a black screen.
Just a black screen. That's very weird. And I'm not let me just see if there's anything I can do to help you with that.
Okay.
Ask to start video. Okay. Did something pop up on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, just accept that and see what happens.
Okay. I think that's just like for a face cam.
Oh, yeah, but I don't want that though. I want you to be able to see our screen over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. You're just seeing the people in the room that way, but I don't need to see your cameras right now. I just want you to be able to see my screen. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to start it again and see if that helps you out. Mohammed, just stand by for me, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So I am going to go back in. And that. Okay, does that help you out?
I just see like a black screen with a person on it.
With a person on it. Oh.
Like a person logo.
Okay, I don't know why that is. You know what you could do then? Do you have a copy of the online quiz nearby that you could look at while we're doing this?
No, I do not. Because I'm using this on my phone. I'm not using my laptop.
Okay. Oh, you don't have, okay. You don't have your laptop? Because I think maybe your laptop might be better. You don't think maybe your laptop might be better? I just want to make sure you're able to get something out of this.
For sure.
So I'm gonna ask you to leave the room again, go on your laptop and try to rejoin because you'll have a bigger screen to work on with your laptop.
Okay, for sure.
All right. I'm gonna move on in the meantime though, okay?
Okay.
All right, okay then. Okay, Mohammed, back to you. You said the sign law, right?
Right.
Okay,
wait, why is it sign law?
Okay, that's a very good question. First of all, we can't use SOHCAHTOA. Do you know why? We can't use SOHCAHTOA because what?
There's two angles?
No, that's because we don't have any right angles. We can't use SOHCAHTOA if we don't have a right angle.
Okay.
All right, so there's no right angle here. There's an 87, a 24, and this one here is certainly not 90. So because we don't have a 90-degree angle, we can't use SOHCAHTOA. Well, you're asking why not sign law? That's a great question. So let me answer it this way. I always say you can only use the sign law when you have an angle opposite to a side and you know both of them. So let's see if we have that match. We don't have this side, but we have this angle. That's not a match. We do have this angle and we do have this side and they're opposite to each other. If you can see my mouse moving, that suggests to me that we can use the sign law. Once I have that match between angle and side opposite from each other like that, I can use the sign law.
Will there be like a paper for me to like remember that or something?
Well, I can give you all the, well, you're going to have, this test is open book. So all those handouts that I sent out will have the formulas on it. And I have no objection to you using those formulas. But I don't have a formula that says this is when you use the sign law. But I'm telling you right now, since we're talking about it, that if you want to know when you can use the sign law, ask yourself, do I have angle and a side that are matching, that are opposite to each other, right? And in this case, I do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set it up with the sign law, all right? Where I have this, the X is on top of the angle, and that's equal to the side over the angle again. If you can see my mouse, you can hopefully follow along. We're going to cross multiply now for us to get this X by itself. So it's this over this is equal to this over this. So that means that my X, if I cross multiply, is equal to 3.8 times sine of 87 over the sine of 24. So once I calculate this, I'll have my answer. Okay? So can somebody calculate that for me right now before I show you the answer? And remember, I want this to be to the nearest 1 degree, to the nearest 10. That means 1 decimal place. So sides are to 1 decimal place, angles are the nearest whole number. So tell me now, what would be, you're saying 9.3?
Yeah.
All right, that's exactly what I got. Everybody is getting the same thing, hopefully.
Not
right.
really.
You're not getting 9.3?
No, because when I did this question, I wrote X equals 3.8 times sine 87 degrees times sine 24, and I got 1.5.
Yeah, but not times sine 24, divided by sine 24. You just said times.
Oh.
Okay, you have to divide by the sine of 24.
Wait, can you not move on yet? Can I just fix something quickly?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, so the next question is the one that I know that, Mohammed, you were saying you're having some trouble with, and that was the solve the triangle. So we're going to talk about that right now. All right. Okay, hopefully Kayla will join us back in a few minutes. Mohammed, can I move on now? Are you ready for me to move on to that question?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Sketch and solve the triangle. Well, the first thing we need to do is label the sides. I mean, this triangle doesn't have any sides on it or any angles. Let me just let Jahil back in. Yeah, this triangle does not have any sides labeled or any angles labeled. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label those three angles. So here's A. I'm calling that B. And I'm calling this C. Now, did I have to put it in that order? No. Doesn't matter which order I put it in. I could have put the A up here and the B. I can change the order of this. It doesn't matter which way you do it, right? So I just chose A here, B here, and C here. All right? Okay. Now let's label everything as well. It says angle B is 37. So where am I going to put that? Right beside this big B right here. It says side A is 7.5. So 7.5 is across from A. Well, here's angle A. So side A must be across from that. That should be over here. So here's my 7.5. It says side C is 9.1. So here's my angle C. Remember, small c and small a are sides. Big C and big A are angles. So this is angle C. So side C must be 9.1. So that should be over here. So there's my 9.1. So now my triangle is nicely labeled. All right. Now solving it means getting everything we don't know. We don't know what A is. We don't know what C is. And what else we don't know? Who is this? Jahil's entered waiting room. Sorry. And the other thing we don't know is what is the length of side B. So those are the three things that we need to get, Mohammed. The three things we don't know are the things that we need to figure out.
Wait, question.
Does that make sense?
Not really, because where it says 7.5, why would it be on the right side and 9.1 on the left side? Like,
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Okay, good. Okay, so I labeled this A. Sorry, go ahead.
I just got here. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, we're going through the questions that were on the practice test, that one that's online right now. Okay. Remember that there's a test coming up on Friday, so I'm just trying to make sure everybody's ready for that. So that's why I'm going through the questions on the test are going to look a lot like this. I'm just going to change up some numbers. So that's why I'm hoping that you will follow along and then you'll know exactly what to do on the test, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I labeled, it says triangle ABC. So I labeled each of these angles, A, B, and C. All right, hopefully you can see my mouse. This is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle C. I use the big letters for the angles. And then it says that angle B is 37. So right beside the big B, 37-degree angle right there. Okay? Right beside, well, not beside, but right across from side A, here's what angle A is. This is angle A right here. So right across from that is a 7.5.
oh, now I get it.
Right across from C, so this is angle C. Across from that is side C. So this is why this is 9.1 over here. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make
Wait,
sense?
so where's why would you put B in the inside?
Why would I put B in the answer, you said?
No, like why would you put it? You know where you put 37? Why would you put it there?
Okay,
Instead of the
because
outside?
if you look back at the question up here, it did say that angle B was 37 degrees. So wherever I label my triangle B, I didn't have, let me just go back a second here and show you something, right? When I started off, all I had was a triangle. I didn't have anything at all. I put A here, I put B here, and I put C over here, right? Did I have to put the B up here? I could have put the B down here. That's fine. But the fact is that because I chose to put B here, it means that this is where my 37 needs to go, right? My A is whatever is the side across from A. So if this is A right here, that's angle A. That's not the side A, that's angle A. So the side opposite to that must be the 7.5. The side opposite to the C, this is angle C, which is over here. That's my 9.1 right there. right? So what we have to get used to is labeling each side and labeling each angle based on the information in the question. The question gave us this. This was given to us beforehand. We didn't dream up these numbers. These are numbers that we got in the question. All right? Does that make sense now? More sense now?
Yeah.
All right. So solving the triangle means whatever we never got side B. So where I'm pointing to now, we don't have that.
Wait, that's side B at the
That's
bottom?
side B, yes. The one that's opposite to angle B is side B right here. We don't know that. That wasn't given to us. We don't know what angle A is. We don't know what angle C is. There are three things we don't know that we have to figure out. Okay? So the question now is, which one should we figure out first? Can anybody help me out with that? Which are the things that we don't know
Just confused.
first?
Does it matter which one we do first? Or?
It does, because there's only one thing we can find right now that we don't know. Right? Because we can't use a sine law. We don't have an angle opposite to a side. Remember, we just talked about that a while ago. We know this side, we don't know this angle. We know this side, we don't know this angle. We know this angle, we don't know this side. We don't have the match. So it means that the only way we're going to get anything right now is using the cosine law. We have to use the cosine law. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're about to try to figure out what this side over here is. We're going to call this side side B. Now, if you go back and look at your cosine law equation, it should look like this. What I just revealed to you, that the B squared, that's this side here squared, is equal to these two sides here squared, 9.1 plus 7.5, minus.
Yeah, how do you type on a computer?
How do I type on the you mean on the calculator? Because I had this
Well,
set up
what if I-
beforehand.
But what if I don't remember and I want to look back over it because I don't remember anything? Like,
Okay, I'm
I
going
don't
to be.
remember how to do any of this.
Okay, so I'm recording this video now, and I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm going to send out the link to you later on. I'm going to send that out by email.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
All right, okay. All right, so the B squared is equal to 9.1 squared plus 7.5 squared minus 2 times 9.1 times 7.5 times the cosine of 37. This is just the cosine formula, right? All this is just the cosine formula. So my next line is just going to be to work out all of this. If you have your calculator nearby, you should get this number right here. I put a whole bunch of dots here because I don't really care what B squared is. I'm not interested in B squared. I'm interested in B. How am I going to get B? What's my next step? How am I going to get the B? What do you think? I have B squared, but I don't have B.
Square root.
Okay, so let's do that. And when I take the square root of that, if you have your calculator thereby, I want you to round this now to 1 decimal place. I challenge all of you to try to do that. Put that number in your calculator and find what the answer is, round it correctly to 1 decimal place. I want to hear what you have.
5.5.
Good stuff. But we haven't finished the triangle yet because we've only got this side right here, this 5.5 down here. That's what we have so far, right? In fact, I'm going to label that part of the triangle right now. Here's what we have. We have the 5.5 down here now. So we really have all 3 sides now, right? But we still don't have A and we still don't have C. So we haven't solved the triangle. We've only got side B. Anybody can give me an idea of how we're going to find the A, which is this angle here, or the C. Are we going to use sine law, cosine law? What are we going to use? What do you think? Can we use the sine law now?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to set this up for A and say the sine of A, sine of this, over 7.5 is equal to the sine of this, which is 37 over 5.5, right? So the sine of this over 7.5 is equal to the sine of that over that. Which is exactly what you see me have right here now. All right? Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to use my cross multiply as usual. And if I cross multiply, I'm going to get this, that the sine of A is equal to all of this right here. All right, I'm going to take the 7.5 and multiply it by this over that. All right, but again, I'm interested in not sine of A, but A. So A is sine to the minus 1 of this, right? Whatever we got over here, we're going to find sine to the minus 1 of that. So that's what you need to do on your calculators right now. Hopefully everybody has their calculator fingers ready to go. And when I get this answer now, I just want to round that to the nearest whole number. I don't want any decimals this time. So look for your sine to the minus 1k on the calculator. Put the 7 point, open a bracket, put the 7.5 times sine of 37 over 5.5, work it out. Sorry. I was going to mute my mic 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. Everybody getting 55?
Yep.
All right. So if I have that side, how am I going to get the next? Sorry, if I get this angle now, which I just labeled 55, how am I going to get the C?
Since all angles add up to 180, just do 180 minus 37 minus 55.
Perfect, which is what I have right here. So I'm going to add these two together, the 55 and the 37, these two, take it from 180. I actually get 88. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. All right, my throat is a little bit hoarse. I'm sorry about that. All right, no. Okay, I just had to mute for a second so I could cough. Okay, no. This is finished. The only thing I'd say you should do to make this look nicer is just summarize the answer, right? What I mean by that, just put everything together. B is this, A is this, and C is this. I just put everything in a nice neat package at the bottom of the test. All right, 2 more questions, and then we're done. A 30-meter ladder is leaning against a wall. Ladder reaches 23 meters up the wall. What angle does the ladder make with the ground? So I put a little, yeah, go ahead.
Can you go back? I didn't finish writing the thing. Oh yeah, good.
Mr. Kamaka,
Yeah, go ahead.
when did one triangle, like when do we have to use multiple signs to figure out one triangle?
Multiple signs to figure out one triangle. Okay.
Yeah, like tan signs and cosine. Like when.
Okay, so
I'm
if
just
you have, if you
like I
okay,
followed along, but I was just confused.
right, if you have a right angle triangle, then you're going to use SOHCAHTOA, which is sine is opposite over hypotenuse and cosine is adjacent. That's when you use SOHCAHTOA. But if you don't have a right angle triangle like this one here, there's no right angle here. It's either going to be sine law or cosine law. It's one or the other. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. And that's why I started off with the cosine law. Sorry, go ahead.
So did everything that you like over this like Zoom thing, everything that you did with the class, is it on YouTube? Because
yes,
I'm not at home, so I don't have any like
that's
my
okay.
Worksheets.
No, that's all right. That's okay. I posted the last time we did our unit review on the website. I'm going to post this one as well. All right. And I'll send out a link for you to be able to find it easily. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I'm going to move on now. So here's my next triangle. No, this is a right triangle. Now think of a ladder leaning up on the wall. That ladder is 30 meters long. And it's going to reach 23 meters up the wall. So you help me to figure out where to put all of these numbers on this diagram. Where is the ladder? Which of these lines represents the ladder? And which of these lines represent the 23 meters? And which angle are we trying to find? That's my question for anybody, right? Which line is the ladder? What do you think? Is it this line, or this line? Which is the ladder?
First one.
First one, this one here, the straight up one?
Yeah.
And anybody have a different answer for that one, or everybody agrees with that?
I see.
Is the ladder the longest side?
Absolutely, that's this side right here.
Yeah,
right? This would actually be the wall, right? This is the ladder. Think of a ladder leaning up against a wall, right? This would be the ladder. That's the wall. So let me label that. That's the 30-meter ladder right there. This is your 23 meter. It says the ladder reaches 23 meters. That's how high the ladder reaches up against the wall, right? And what you have down here is just the ground, right? So 30-meter ladder, 23 meters up against the wall, and the ground is down here. Last question. Where's the angle I'm trying to find? It says, what angle does the ladder make with the ground? There are 3 angles in this triangle. 1, 2, 3. Is it this one, or this one? 1, 2, or 3? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Which angle do you think is the one I'm trying to figure out here?
The third one.
Perfect. Perfect. So how am I going to figure out that angle? Is it SOHCAHTOA this time, or is it sine law? Is it cosine law? What is it? Nobody? Is it a right triangle? Is this one a right triangle?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a right angle right here. So this would be SOHCAHTOA. So ask yourself now, if I'm using this angle, what do I call this side and what do I call that side? Which one is opposite? Go ahead.
Opposite and
And
hypotenuse is
done.
sine law.
it's not sine law, it's just sine. So that's what this is. So the sine of x is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Exactly what you see me have there. All right? Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. How do I get x though? I'm not interested in the sine of x. What I want is x. Remember this? Sine to the minus 1. If I'm trying to find an angle, I always use sine to the minus 1 or cosine to the minus 1 or tan to the minus 1. So x is equal to sine to the minus 1 of 23 over 30. So once I figure out what sine to the minus 1 of 23 over 30 is, I have my answer. All right? So here we go.
Sine.
Hopefully getting the same thing I just put on the screen.
Yep.
Okay? And because it's a word problem, I should have a statement at the end of it. So you should say something like this. A ladder makes a, oh dear, I put the wrong number here. I have 60 degrees. It should actually be 50 degrees. So I'll change that. It should be 50 degrees with the ground. So just kind of ignore this number right here. This actual answer should have been 50 degrees. All right? Mistake. All right, let's move on. Last question. 2 boats leave a harbor, all right, at the same time, and they make an angle of 83 degrees with each other. One boat travels 49 kilometers, the other boat travels 62 kilometers. How far apart are the boats? And round the answer to 1 decimal place. Okay. Where does this 83 degree go? Where does the 49 go? Where does the 62 go? So I have this started off over here, but I need to know where to put all of these numbers that I have in the question. Can anybody help me out with that? Where do these numbers go? Where does the 83 go? Where does the 62 go? Where does the 49 go? That's the harbor. One boat went this way, one boat went that way. One boat went 49 kilometers, one boat went 62 kilometers. There's an 83 degree angle between them. So where do I go with that? Well, let me help you out. This boat travels 49. This boat travels 62. And the angle that they say they both departed at 83 to each other, right inside here, here's my 83 degree angle right there. Okay? So
I don't get it.
No? Okay.
Like the 49 km and the 62 km.
Yeah. All right. Let's read the question, what the question says. 2 boats leave a harbor. Here's a harbor right here.
Okay.
At an angle of 83 degrees to each other. That's why there's an 83 degree angle between the 2 lines, right?
Yeah, because these 2 boats are going to each other.
No, they're going away from each other, right?
Oh.
They both leave the harbor. So the harbor is here and they're traveling a distance of 49. So this one goes this way, 49 kilometers. This one goes this way, 62 kilometers. And the angle between them is 83 degrees.
Oh.
So I want to know how far apart are the boats. So what are we trying to find? Are we trying to find an angle or a side? What do you think? Trying to find
fine. I think a side.
Okay, and it's this side over here. So that's what x that I'm trying to find. Okay, so what are we going to use to find that x? Is it SOHCAHTOA? Is it sine law? Is it cosine law? What do you think?
Sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you remind me what the difference is again between the 3?
Sure. So SOHCAHTOA would be for a right angle triangle, but we don't have a right angle triangle, so we can't use that.
only right angle triangles?
For SOHCAHTOA, yes. But
Okay.
sine law and cosine law we can use when not a right angle triangle. So like this one is not a right angle triangle. So is it sine law? Is it cosine law? I always ask the question, can I find an angle opposite to a side and I know both the angle and the side? Because if I have that, I'm going to use the sine law. If I don't have that, I'm going to use a cosine law. Okay?
So this will be cosine law?
Absolutely, because I don't have angle opposite side. We have this side, we don't have this angle. We have this side, we don't have this angle. We have this angle, we don't have this side. This is absolute to the cosine law. Well done. Okay, so let's set this up with the cosine law. Here's my formula. This side squared is equal to these two sides squared minus 2 times those two sides cosine of the angle between them, cosine of 83. Right? So you just have to take your calculator now, work that all out, and this is what I got. So you see me put these little dots here because, again, this is not my answer because that's what x squared is. So if I want to find what x is, what am I going to do with this answer?
Square root it.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And if you all have your calculators there or your cell phones or whatever, work that out and look back at what it says. Round your answer to 1 decimal place. Rounding is part of this test. You got to be able to round accurately. So I need an answer that has 1 number behind the decimal point. So can anybody give me what that final answer is? And then we're done.
74.1.
There you go. Oh, I have 74.2. Hold on. Let me see if I disagree with you here.
Oh no, 74.2. It's 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And notice that I put my units in as well. That's important. And then at the end of this, one last thing is I'm going to put a little statement because it's a word problem. The boats are 74.2 kilometers apart. And that's
Okay.
it, folks. If you look at the thing I put online, and I'd like you to go ahead and try to get that done before tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon is when this is. Sorry about that. Let me just mute my thing here for a second. Sorry, my phone was just ringing, so I just wanted to get that off. All right, so that's the end of this presentation, all right? And I'm gonna put this online so that you can go through this in, at whatever pace you like before you try that online test practice, all right? Test tomorrow at 6 o'clock. If you have any questions at all, just drop me an email and I will respond as quickly as I
I
can.
have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I thought you said the test was on Friday.
What did I say? Oh, sorry, Friday. Yeah, but get this done by tomorrow afternoon, though. You know what I'm saying? Get this practice part, the practice one, not the real one. The real one is on Friday at 6. You're right about that, Mohammed.
And is this being marked?
Of course it is. Yes.
Okay.
And also, are both of these word problems we worked on going to be on the test too?
Yes. And again, what I'm finding out is that sometimes when you try to put too much information into the online document, it kind of gets scattered. So all you have to put is the answer. You don't have to show me all your steps. Just put the answer in, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Okay. I'll leave it there. And thanks for all for showing up. And I'm going to put this, as I said, on YouTube later on. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. No problem.